Okay guys, so welcome back to my channel, and if you clicked on this video, either you want to know if you should buy the bloody A60 or the glorious Model O, or you just want some Drake clicking ASMR. So just watch the video. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for getting me to 158 subscribers. You guys are so awesome and just make my day. So thank you so much. And without further ado, let's just get right into the video. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, we're actually going to be comparing the bloody A60 and the glorious Model O. So let's get started, guys. So starting off, we have the glorious Model O. So this mouse is a really good mouse and is very good for those people who have very small hands. Like, as you can see, I have very small hands, and already I can grip the mouse really firmly. You can drag click really easily, like without even really trying, depending on what tape you use. Though, like, tape is kind of everything. I'm not really good dragging on the right button. I still gotta get used to that, but I can always drag consistently right here. But that's not the mice fault, that's me. Let's start off with the weights. So the bloody A60, I believe, is around 3 pounds heavier than the Model O. Like, as you can see, I'm gonna see if I can show you guys. So I can, with a pinky, let's go with pinkies. So pinky right where the sensor is, you can see that it falls like that. Like, it's easy. Like, you can tell, like, it's a super duper light mouse. Like, look, I'll show you guys. Go, like, I'll touch it versus touch this. Same strength, I promise you guys, in clickbait. It's the exact same strength. If I lift this up with my pinky, like, there's no chance. Like, I'm struggling. You can probably see me shaking here. Like, I'm struggling. The only reason I can is because it is, in fact, a bigger mouse. Let's do a size comparison here. It does, it seems, actually, my bad, it seems that it would be a bit of a bigger mouse, but they actually have around the same dimensions. Like, as you can see, if I use my finger kind of as a ruler here, the right button kind of starts pretty close. Like, right here, the tip of the right button is like right here, the glorious Model O. You have, like, no, even still, guys, like, it's the exact same. If not, the glorious might even be a bit of a bigger mouse, surprisingly, which seems weird because, like, the bloody seems like such a big mouse, if you ask me. CPS test wise, I'm actually able to get around 60 CPS in with the bloody A60. I'll show you a clip of this right now. And I can range around 35 to 40 CPS with the glorious Model O, and I'll show you guys right now. So now, after we've done the CPS tests, we're gonna do what is the best to drag consistently. So personally, I found the bloody is actually easier to drag click consistently, just because the grip, like, I don't drag like this personally. I don't drag completely holding the mouse. So I put my palm right on top of the bloody logo, like, not down here, but, like, just right on top, my lower palm right on the bloody logo. Put that there, and then you kind of hold down, but you're not, like, going like it's like you're holding down to the point where, like, let's say I hold down this little bottle here. I'm holding down like this, like, barely enough to make a little dent. Like, right here, you'll see it, like, barely anything, versus not going like that. You're not going like this, you're going more like that, like, barely any. So that's how I'm holding it, and then obviously I drag click with so it's kind of different. So if I'm reducing, I then go back to holding the mouse, and I actually hold it like this. So that's the thumb right near the rear end of the bloody, like, kind of right to this crack at the end, but just a bit forward. Right at the line, the first line right here. My pinky is, again, kind of the first, it's actually the second line. First, second, kind of varies. And then when I drag, I don't go like, I actually turn my wrist like this, like in this motion, going like this, kind of like a hook. So when I drag, let me actually unplug this before something bad happens and ends the stuff. I go like that. You can see with the wrist, I just completely twist the wrist all the way, and not just like, not, I actually use my wrist to change all that. Okay, so after doing all these tests, what mouse should I buy for the prices? So the price of the Glorious Model O on Amazon, as you can see right here, is $90, which I find crazy for this kind of gaming mice, versus the Bloody being only $49. Now, right away, what should tell you the difference is, why do you guys think the Model O, or at least where I live, is never out of stock? Like, ever. I don't think I've ever seen a website where the Model O is out of stock. eBay, Kijiji, Amazon, like, I've never seen this mouse out of stock. Whereas the Bloody is almost impossible to find unless you fall for one of those eBay scams. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's going to be a video right probably on this side right here, top right of your screen. Click that so you're aware, please, I beg you. But anyways, so the Bloody is $49, and then plus shipping, it probably all comes out to around $50, which is a drastically lower price than $90 for what I find to be like kind of a better quality mouse. Like, I had my brother come in my room like a week ago, and he's like, "Oh wow, you got the Bloody?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you want to come feel it?" And instantly, like, my Model O wasn't even in sight. He went like this, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this feels like quality." Versus the Model O, no offense, guys, but I don't know, it feels like a $20 toy for some reason. Versus the Bloody really feels like a mouse, like, it feels like a mouse. Like, you get what you pay for with this, I find. The Bloody A60 does include these 3 buttons here, and I'm gonna tell you guys what they do, but I don't recommend doing this. So if you go on the mouse's software and you click the Core 3, if you click the 3 button down here, that's gonna make it so pretty much you have a macro. You hold down this, and it's just automatically going up. The CPS is just staying there. But I don't condone cheating, guys. I wouldn't do it if I were you. I'm just telling you what the mouse does. Versus if you go to the Core 4, the middle button where it says the N brings your DPI lower, and the top number 1 brings your DPI higher. And then the bottom one like kind of changes the Bloody hand. I'm not honestly quite sure what that does. I'll get you guys like notified once I figure out what it does. But now the Bloody does include the 2 side buttons, as well as the Model O. But I find with the Model O, like, there's no space. Like, let me show you guys. Like, my thumb is always constantly resting here, like, no matter what. Versus the Bloody, look at where my thumb is. It's like completely below. So I feel like, it's not all smushed together in the mouse. Like, I feel like I have a lot more space, Like, look at this. My thumb can go all the way like this without touching that. I have to go like all the way up to touch that. And you guys might be like, "Oh, but that's such a bad thing, because then you have to move your thumb there." Guys, come on, look at this. Boom. Like that, boom, versus just going boom. Like, come on, there's barely a difference. So you're gonna get like 0.2 milliseconds of speed. But after all this, I think it's gonna come down to, so then what mice should I buy? Which one's gonna be the better bang for your buck, you could say? Honestly, guys, don't hate me for this, but I think the Bloody, like, all the way. I think the Bloody is definitely worth it. I feel like it's just such a better mice overall. Performs better with CPS, performs better with kind of space, performs better, period. Like, I just feel like this mouse, you get what you pay for sure. For again, like, drastically cheaper. Like, I'm still shocked that this mouse costs $90 and doesn't perform too great. I'll tell you guys this secret right now. The Model O I figured out, or this could just be because I'm bad. I'm not sure, but for me, the Model O is only good for God bridging. Like, god bridging and speed bridging and maybe diagonal god bridging and then maybe like the staircase bridging. But other than that, like you can't do any clutches. It might be harder to do telly because look at this, guys. Like the space I get is like nothing. I go like it starts registering clicks like right here, guys. So I only get that much space. Like just that's the only space I get. Versus the bloody, you going like you see, it registers clicks right here. Let's compare it. So right here versus same. Let's go right here versus right here. You guys see the difference? Like if I bring my finger here, right here is where it's gonna see. Like this now might not seem like a lot, but I promise you guys, when you're dragging, think about it. Look at it this way. So you see the Model O right now. There, let's pretend it registers all that. Then that's a pretty good gaming mice. But no, it doesn't. It registers like up to here and like only here down. And honestly, that's kind of a deal breaker if you ask me, guys. But yeah, overall, get the bloody. If you guys don't know how, I do in fact have a video on my channel explaining how to avoid the A70 scam. If you guys want the A60 though, I can also make a video on that. But I will tell you guys this: if you get the A60, like I get it, it's good to like drag without tape, but for me, I've noticed that you have to keep it completely perfect. Like it can't be dry, it can't be moist. Like it has to be. You have to pretty much like completely dry it. Don't use a blow dryer. I tried that. I thought I was doing big brain, but I was actually doing like 2 IQ. Don't use a blow dryer to try it and completely dry it. That kind of backfired on me, and I think it actually kind of ruined the texture. So now only drags with tape. But tape does give you like around 20-ish more CPS. I will do right now an example. Or actually, I can't because I can't drag anymore. But I used to get, I promise you guys, I would get 45 average, which is still great CPS. But now I'm easily hitting 55, like easy peasy walk in the park. Like if I actually dragged all that would easily be like a solid 50 CPS. Not even trying sweating. Sweating, you could hit around 70. I've hit 70 once, guys. It is possible. No macro. And just so you guys know, to tell if anyone has a macro because you want to watch their video or whatever, this should be red. If this lighting does not indicate red, they're using a macro. If they have it green or yellow, that's a macro. Don't believe anything they say, but if it's red, they're completely 100% legit. Alright, guys. Again, by the bloody. Hope you enjoyed. Please tell your friends and subscribe. Love you all. Bye. White mansion in my habitat. Ain't right to stand